progress. Obviously I'd love to use the magic of editing to get this body off, but it's run out. Done, and with my usual seamless continuity. If you're familiar with the SCX10 II chassis, you're going to straight away see just how different this now looks. The most obvious change is this SSD transmission, which, if you watched the last video, you'll know I didn't buy straight away. A bit unsure about whether it would fit. There was some confusion about versions of this. I've since had responses, first from the shop that I bought this from, which was RC Bits, and second from SSD themselves. The shop replied quite soon saying yeah, they were fine, it would fit, and then Chris at SSD replied. It says the change was a very small one. We moved the mounting holes by 2mm, as the SCX10 II transmission mount has the holes in a slightly different place to the original. He then says you shouldn't be able to buy an old one as we change them in January. However, if you do, then you'll see the holes don't line up and you need to get an original SCX10 skid. So there you go, and there's the part number in case you're interested. It's the SSD00123. Thank you, by the way, to the people who recommended GCM Racing and all of their fantastic parts. They do look amazing. Yeah. What do you actually have to do to fit one of these transmissions in the SCX10 II chassis? Funny you should ask that. I'll tell you. This comes with almost everything you need to get it running, though you do need to make a few changes. The biggest change is you can use the standard skid plate in the centre there, but it has to be rotated 180 degrees and put back. You also need to move the third link from the left to the right hand side of the chassis, but that's an easy straight swap. These double shear mounts, which are only at the back of the standard skid, or the skid in its standard direction, are now at the front, and they block, or at least on this left side, it blocks the drive shaft, so you have to snip that off. Don't know if you can see that, that's the one I chopped off. Bit of a trim with a knife, and now there's plenty of clearance. The rear drive shaft fits straight on. The stock one for the, what is this, 313mm, 12.3 inches. The stock shaft is okay, but the front one is now too long. Luckily I built this from the builder's kit, so it came with the different lengths drive shaft parts. I've swapped them for two short ones. They now fit perfectly. And that was it for changes. Everything else goes straight in. I did suddenly think, when I first looked at it, how am I going to adjust the pinion? And the truth is you can't adjust the pinion. So I'm really hoping the gearing is good. It comes with its own specific pinion, which is quite odd, unusual looking, very long pinion. So you bolt the motor on, and the mesh is presumably exactly correct for that pinion with the motor in its one position. Sounds alright, doesn't sound or feel tight. It's nicely greased in there. Everything's really nicely machined.